auction here, of course, at 22 Deighton Drive in Rosebud. I'm joined here by Paul Cunnington, our group's Auctioneer of the Year. I don't know, 3 times running PC, would that be right?
I think you're putting a bit of mayonnaise in it, just the once.
Oh, she deserves to be. And of course, I've got Rigg, of course. Rigg, the coolest name in real estate, by the way. I just thought I'd add to that. And of course, my name is Craig Leo, and I'm your auctioneer today. So firstly, I'd like to welcome you on this balmy Sunday morning. Who would have thought we'd be doing that? Also, I just want you to introduce yourselves to iPlant Media as well. Alicia and Nick, they're filming this property for us, all our socials. Doing a wonderful job, by the way. Alicia's flown all the way down from Queensland for this lovely weekend. Thank you very much. So again, you'll see this on all our socials. So when you go to Barry Plant Rosebud Facebook, press the thumb. Again, ladies and gentlemen, so I'd welcome you to the auction. The auction will take part in 3 parts. The first part, of course, will be reading of the contracts. Second part will be a property description. And third and final part, and that's why you're here today, that's called the competitive bidding process. So the contracts have been on display and they've been prepared by Port Phillip Conveyancing. They read as follows. The vendor's agent, of course, is Barry Plant Rosebud. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, sold 7 properties out of 7 yesterday, and we've got 6 today. So certainly, if you're looking to sell your property, Barry Plant is your #1 auction agent in the area. And by the way, in this market, you should not be private selling. You should be auctioning. Anyway, moving on. Yes, of course, the property is described as volume 958, folio 825, or more commonly known to you and I as 22 Deighton Drive in Rosebud. Attached to the contract is the section 32, which outlines all the relevant council planning and zoning information. The vendors here require an unconditional sale with a 10% deposit. 10% deposit, Cooper, is required upon balance of purchase monies and signing of contracts, settlement of 30, 60 and 90 days. Couple of clauses in this one. There's a nominee clause, and the nominee clause simply states if you're buying in someone else's name, you have 14 days up to settlement or prior to settlement to add their name to the contract. Also, the guarantee clause. The guarantee clause says if you're buying in the name of a company or a trust, that you supply the ABN, the ACN and full company name so you can carry out the duties of said contract. By the way, remiss of me to say, who watched the tennis last night? Fabulous result for our very own Ash Barty, and of course the special Ks as well, and condolences to the doubles losers and the singles losers. Moving on, sorry, I just thought I'd make that announcement. Rules. Everyone loves some rules. I've had a few of those recently. I'll read through these firstly, and then I'll digress and explain to what they mean. The auction will be conducted in accordance with all the rules and additional conditions that were made available before the start of the auction, and they were on the kitchen bench. The auction rules prohibit an auctioneer from accepting bids or offers for a property once the property is knocked down to the successful bidder. It's such a hard word to say. Can't we just say the bidder that got it? That would be much easier. Anyway, the vendors have a reserve price. As the auctioneer, I will indicate bidders upon request and I will nominate the rise. The law prohibits false bidders and bidders from disrupting other bidders, and there are fines for said conduct. The rules, however, do permit vendor bids. As the auctioneer, I'm the only person who can make a vendor bid, and the words I'll be using to make a vendor bid are simply vendor bid. So there we go. There are the rules. I'm going to digress just for a moment, just if you've not bid at auction before. The way we'll be selling the property today is first, second, third, and final call. When the gal hits the contract like so, no late bids, ladies and gentlemen. So I just want you to be aware of that. Also, we've got some buyers here today, what we call post-auction activity. That's a word if you've never heard it before. These are buyers that cannot bid at auction because they've not got their finance through, or they wanted to do a building and pest. Basically, ladies and gentlemen, they're hoping no one bids, because what they're saying is that they can spend to the vendor's reserve, so they're hoping no one bids so we can negotiate with them. The reason I'm saying that is if you're the last person bidding and we haven't reached reserve, that gives you exclusive rights. That gives you exclusive rights to negotiate at the vendor's reserve. So again, if you're the last person holding your hand up prior to reserve, make sure you do that because you've got exclusive rights. Secondly, of course, if you're the last person holding your hand up and we've announced the property that's on the market, well, certainly, of course, you're the buyer for this property today. Last thing again too, and I want to mention in regards to vendor bids, I may make a vendor bid through the auction, but I will not be starting the auction with a vendor bid. Not at all, ladies and gentlemen, for the simple reason we've got post-auction activity. We've got 2 bidders online through Anywhere Auctions platform. Just briefly to explain that, those people are just sitting at home in the comfort of their lounge room with their tablets and their phone and just putting their bids in. If they put a bid in that I don't accept, Cooper there will just ignore that bid, or sorry, reject that bid and say insufficient bid. Again, so yes, that post-auction activity. Also, what I want to mention too, ladies and gentlemen, further to that as well is in terms of what's happening in the marketplace. So we sold 7 properties yesterday, all well above reserve. Some of them, Paul, what did Ocean Street go for?
906,000.
Can you explain to me what that property was?
It was a 3-bedroom weatherboard with they'd enclosed the internal slab, so there's a slab.
I don't want too much description, PC.
The reserve was 800.
And we sold it for?
906.
All right, and I mean, a couple of properties went 100,000 well over. So I want to explain to you this. At the moment, the Mornington Peninsula market is expecting growth of another 10 to 15% this year, and the reasons are clear. Travel is not secure. Yep, we'd love to be going overseas, but travel is not secure. We're also seeing there's been 176 changes to the Residential Tenancies Act. Came in because they thought it would help the tenants. It's actually about a tenancy crisis. Ladies and gentlemen, rentals are now up 30% and people are homeless. But what's happened there is all the owners have taken back their properties as holiday homes because travel's not secure, or because the market's so great, what they're doing is they're selling their homes, their rental properties. So of course, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a rental crisis at the moment, therefore the rental markets will be going crazy. Just digressing on the rules too, I can nominate the rise and indicate bidders upon request. So if I'm asking for 50,000 or 20,000 and you give me 1 or 10, don't be surprised when I don't accept that. Having said that, when we're on the market, I will be negotiable. All right. What are you buying here? Well, I know, you know what, I've had an ugly girlfriend once or twice myself, but you want, ladies and gentlemen, bit of makeup, do your hair. She came out looking great. So again, they're very sexist, I know, but I thought for a bit of Sunday humour. Ladies and gentlemen, what we've got here is opportunity. Now, I know we've got opportunity here. Cooper, the property down the road in Deighton Drive, what did you sell that for?
Dunsmuir Drive.
Dunsmuir Drive, next street. 862,000, similar block of land, 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom, renovated of course. Ladies and gentlemen, the potential in this property is all to see. Slab, brick, tile. Just got to fix up the insides, ladies and gentlemen. It's 3 bedroom, 1 bathroom, and it's on a nice flat block in a nice family street, mostly owner occupied here. By the way, kudos to that gentleman with the lawn. I'm a lawn man. People that know me know I like my lawn. I'm offended when you call it grass. Don't call it grass, it's lawn. This is grass, that's lawn, ladies and gentlemen. So again, it's about an opportunity here. Now, at this level, this is entry level for a brick home on this block size. That's why you're here today. There is not another one. Now just remember too, let's talk about some interest rates. So what you want to do is buy today, lock it in. Yeah, because again, you've got an entry-level property that doesn't come around often. That's why you're here today, to bid on this property. Otherwise, you'd be at another one, or you would have already bought. This is clearly entry-level. As I said, though, it's a sound property. You've just got to fix her up a bit on the inside and then put a bit of makeup on her, as I said earlier. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's enough from me. Where do I see a fair and reasonable opening bid here for the property? At, of course, 22 Deighton Drive in Rosebud. Doesn't matter where we start, it's where we finish. 625. I like the first bidder, shows courage and strength, and it's a strong bid. At 625, we're going to go in rises at 25 to 50 now. It's with you now. You've got exclusive rights to negotiate to the vendor's reserve. So at 625, I'll take a rise at 25 to 50. I'm going to call it the first 650, strong bidding. I like that now. When you bid strong, that means you want it. And again, back to you, sir, at 675, if you don't mind. Again, not another one at this level. You know you've got to spend a bit of money on it, but you can do it. It's going to make a lot of money for you. At 650,000, we're fairly bid. I'm going to call it. Let's call it 650. Sir, I'm asking for 25 at 675. Come with me now. Come. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll make it easier for you. I'll come to 70. How about that? At 650, we're fairly bid. Second call now. Box seat to negotiate to the vendors. No, I knew you would get there, and we're getting there close. At 670,000, just a tiny smidge more. At 670, we want. At 650 now. Third. Sorry, 670. Well bid at 670. I'll take a 10 for you now, if you don't mind, sir. At 680,000, what we're seeing. At 670, fairly bid. Let's call it 670,000. I know you've missed out on a couple. Don't make this one the one or the last one you miss out on. I want to see you in this house today. 670, fairly bid. Sir, at 680. It's against you now. At 670 now. Second call at 670,000. Come with me at 680 now. At 670 now. Third. At 680 now. Well bid to you. I'll come back to you at 690. At 690. Sorry?
685.
Ma'am, I won't take the 5 just yet. I'm looking for 690. I've got 10 here. I'm looking for 10 there. At 685, we're fairly bid. First call at 680,000. 10. Give me 10. That's all I want. 10. 680,000, we're fairly bid. Bear with me. I'll seek vendor instruction. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I've spoken with the owners. I've sought fresh instructions and confirming the bid here at my front at 680,000. It's with you. We're on a third and final call. If I get no further bids, I'm passing it to you. I'll take your 5. Yep. At 685, ladies and gentlemen, with that, we are on the market. We are selling the property. We are taking no late bids. 90, sir. At 685 now. First call at 685 with you, sir, at 90 now. Come with me at 90 now. So I'm going to call it, sorry, 90 to my left. Welcome to the bidding at 90. Where are we? So, 90, thank you. At 690 now. I'll take a 5 at 95. We're selling here. We're taking no late bids. 95, well done. 7, sir, with you. I haven't forgotten about you, sir, at the front. At 7 is what we're seeking now. At 695 now. We're selling here today. First call, sorry. 96? 96, 97, 98, 97 here, 98, 97, 700, 98.
Not where it.
97,700 now. 97,700. You got a bit more. Just $300 is all I'm asking for. $300 is it. 98. Sorry, 97,700. Correct.
98 here, Craig.
98. Well done. 698. 698 now. First call at 698. 99, 7, last bid. Make it 7 it is, at 700,000. Sir, I'm looking for instruction here, at 700 now, 701, sir. First call at 700,000, 701, at 701 now, 702, 702, at 701,000. It's against you, sir, and it's against you, sir and ma'am. It's with this gentleman here, at 701,000. We're selling here today, we're taking no late bids. First call at 701. Second call at 701. Third, final call. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 701,000. I'll ask again for 2 if you don't mind, sir. I haven't forgotten about you as well. Sorry? At 2 now. Welcome to the bidding at 2 now. Sir, 3. It's 3. At 4. At 4 now. Make it a strong bid at 10. At 703, we're fairly bid to my front. Take me to 10 if you can. At 710. 70, confirm the bid here at 703. First call at 703. Second call at 703. Great opportunity here again. They don't get much cheaper than this. At 703, I'm looking for 705, 2,000 if you don't mind. Sir, I haven't forgotten about you at the front here as well. At 703 now, we're selling. 705, strong bid. 4, okay, we wanted 5, but we'll take 4 anyway, okay? It's 704,000 now. 5 we got there, I knew we would. At 705,000 now. First call at 705, take me to 10, it's a knockout bid. It could be the last bid. At 710 is what I'm seeking now. At 705, we're fairly bid to my left here. At 705 now, we're selling here today. We're taking no late bids. I'm going to call it 3 times.
Wait, having a chat.
At 705, I'm going to call it 3 times.
6.
6, 7. 7 it is, 8. I knew you should have gone to 10, ma'am. At 707 now. First call at 707. Second call at 707.
10.
10 it is, I knew we'd get there. At 10 now, sir. There's up the ante there. Can you do 15 for me, sir? At 710 now. First call at 710,000. Sir, you know it's in there. What's 11, 15, ma'am. At 711 now. Oh, that's a nice number. 711 was worse. Last week I had 911. That was terrible. 711 I'll take. At 711 now, fairly bit to my front. First call at 711. Second call at 711. Third, final call. We're selling here today. Take a 12 or even a 15 if it helps. At 712,000, we're on a third and final call. We're selling. Quick decisions if you can, Paul. Take me to 15, great value here, great street. Round the corner from the RS. 12, 13, straight back at me. I like it, strong bidding. See, that's what happens, ladies and gentlemen. When you come straight back, they know you're strong bidding. At 713 now, we're fairly bid. I'm taking me to 15. At 715,000 now. Can you come with me at 715, ma'am? At 713, I'm going to call it 3 times. And when I do that, we are selling the property. We are taking no late bids. 14, 15. 14, 14 and a half. At 14 and a half now. First call at 7, 14 and a half. 15, 16. 16 it is. 17. At 716 now. At 716, ma'am, this is the one you want to do. Don't do that. This is the one. At 716,000, we're fairly bid to my left here. I'm going to call it 3 times, and once I do, we're selling the property today. At 716,000. First.
1 minute, Craig. I still having a chat.
Second.
Wait, Craig.
Third.
Wait.
Final call. We're selling.
Wait, Craig. Confirm the bid, Craig.
716 to my left.
Sell it.
At 716. Vendors have charged us with getting the best price, sir and ma'am, out there. At 716, we're fairly bid. Says no. Oh, 3 times now. Thank you for your patience, sir and ma'am. First, second, third, and final call. We're selling.
Sell it.
We're selling. Welcome to Rosebud. We are sold, and congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, the listing agent, Cooper Rigg. If you're looking to sell your property in Rosebud, Cooper's your first stop. Thanks again for coming.